for the speech is so dangerously delivered. But it's like our colleagues on the other side have used this moment.
But don't forget, a few years ago, don't forget.
I've used this moment.
We are learning from you.
To criticize
So,
without offering any alternatives, for example.
We're going from the page.
But they are just critiquing unduly. But we are not surprised.
Going from the page book.
Although we are all in government, we are in governance, and they have a space. They have a role.
Limited space.
They should help government to function properly and to develop this nation. We should not just be criticizing because we want to be in power, but we can understand. So, for example, I listen both my colleague in Bombali and my colleague in Tokolini. They spoke of fair price increase. It's unfortunate we should not politicize the price of fear. People should not use that as a political tool.
repeat that again, repeat it.
It should not be politicized.
Thank you, yes.
Because we all know that it's not the government.
Yeah.
It is not the government that is hiking the prices.
You are correct.
The price has been determined by international factors. This is fact. If I can remember properly, when we took power, this government reduced the price of fuel at the moment. When the price at the market fell,
As we did before.
we have private sector individuals who are operating the petroleum sector. And so at every moment, when the price at the international market is restored, for example, goes up, definitely, because they are doing business and they want profit. So the government is just an anchor. Both the Minister of Finance, the Minister of Trade, and the Petroleum Regulatory Unit is there to ensure that the correct thing happens. But the prices are not being regulated by government. That should be made known very, very clearly. And the people of this country should know that. Because even our members of parliament will do by fear. And I want to say that government from 2020 to 2021 has spent something like 132 billion to subsidize the price of fuel. That is to say, this government is an understanding government. This government cares for the people, and we all know the situation in which we are today. So we should know that. Clearly, the people of Sierra Leone should know that the information I even got from the Petroleum Regulatory Agency is that the price of fuel based on the international market was going to hike to something like 11,500. But because of the intervention of government and the president particularly, it's around 9,500. It's a 1,000 addition.
You do very well, Exxon.
We should know that. So, I want to say, we should not politicize the price of fuel. Let's look for something else to say. Please. Thank you very much. Unfortunately, somebody was referring to the size of the speech.
The NGC boys are listening.
Yesterday, gone are the days when we listen to voluminous and empty speeches in this way. Because we saw speeches made by the former president. They were voluminous, but they were empty. The promises were so vague and empty. This speech is concise, is summarized and compressed. Of course, with authentic statements in there. So those are trivialities. For members of parliament to say, even the speech is about 20 pages, it's unfortunate. So we should know that. And of course, yesterday, the Honorable Daniel Roman of Foreign Relations Round was talking of the MCC scorecard. I think we are running a government, both in governance and in opposition. We should know that. There are some people in this country who are so cross, who are vexed because this government achieved those scorecards. It's unfortunate though, I think it was the former president of America, Obama, who once said that when you wish your government to fail your leaders, because they fail, you fail.
Yeah, I don't wish for Lord, I fail, but I don't fail.
No, but the APC, we can understand.
I don't wish for Lord.
But definitely we will progress, we disappoint you. We will definitely achieve on those workers, and eventually we will win those awards. And we will use those monies to develop the various constituencies of which all of them are coming from. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, equally, the honorable from east part of Freetown spoke of infrastructure, and he said he wished that the people of Kenya would not support SFP. I must state that Kenya is the strongest hold of the SFP. And we will remain that. We are grateful to the SFP. Because for 11 years, we were neglected by the ruling APC. Under the presidency of President Roma. Our roads were impassable. Our roads were not paved. We are punished on the ground that we are SFP. And so, from 2018 to now, you go to Kenema, the Blama Hanga roads have been done. The cable bridge, the road leading to the township is ongoing. The other major roads, all the buildings have been done, and the roads are now in better conditions than they were before. But as a township, as a city, as a district, we are more than grateful to the President,
Mr. Speaker.
and to Haiti,
Mr. Speaker.
and to the government of Haiti, the President. We are much more grateful.
Yes, Honorable. Sorry.
I want my chairman to be specific on the Kenema roads, because when he said no road was constructed in Kenema, and we are in the full view of the public, this is unfortunate.
It's noted. Honorable Kaisama, take note of that.
The Honorable from Gambia, I take your note. I want to say, I don't know if you went to Kenema before now, or until very soon, then you understand what I'm talking about.
I have my grandfather was one of the biggest buyers.
The roads in Kenema were impassable, they were not paved at all. And at some point, I remember vividly, when a very senior official of the APC said, they will not pay Kenema because we are SFP. In his words, I quote, SO2 for example, for no one that, for no for you. That was said. So we are grateful to this government, we are grateful to the president, because, and they do not even recognize that there are APC people in Kenema. Even for anything, and this Kenema will not have been elected because of it being the strongest of SFP. You know, when you want to govern a country, like Sierra Leone for example, you have to govern the entire country. Development should be distributed equitably, and Kenema is one of the towns of the district that contributes to the GDP of this country. So I think we should have better. Equally, on the same infrastructure, a lot of things have been going around. On the Wilkinson Road project, a lot of money were spent on that road. But you agree with me that with the rains now, we will not start seeing too much of rain. But the road is becoming muddy because of the type of rain that is developing that road. And when the rain do more of the moss on the road, eventually they will have potholes on them, and the roads will become destroyed. So I want to say, the purpose of which that road was constructed, the money spent, huge chunk of money was spent, and the quality and the timing will not envisage at all. I used that road yesterday. I saw the amount of mud on the road.
Honorable Kaisama, 1 more minute.
I want to believe that road must be done. The second of it. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, somebody spoke of debt. It's unfortunate that the APC is talking about debt. Because up to now, this government is struggling to repay debt, both domestic and foreign. They incurred up to now. And to the extent that the IMF and the World Bank packed their bags and left this country. They only returned because they saw the type of leadership that you exhibited, the type of official and the discipline the government introduced into the economy. That is why the IMF and World Bank are here. And we have been ratifying both loan and grant agreements in this way. It's because they know we are a serious government and we can use those resources prudently. That is why they are giving us those loans with minimal reforms to them. And more of those are coming as grants. So it's APC, just like the President said yesterday, should not be dissolved for this government. But people are listening and they know the things that the government are doing today and definitely have to judge them. On electricity, when former President Nkrumah came, they brought income electricity. A lot of monies were pumped to those projects, both under the agenda for change, agenda for prosperity. But before they left power, the very day that they left power, that very day, we had a power outage across the whole country, including Freetown. That tells you the energy was not sustainable at all. They only had makeshift arrangement around electricity generation. But for now, we have work going across the country. The distribution, the transmission, transformers are being used all over.
Thank you very much.
On that note, Mr. Speaker, I would have thought that I was supposed to be the symbol of this motion so that I would have had time to dilate. But I was removed.
Thank you.
On that note, I want to say thank you to the President for this speech, and I want to say, believe you me, this country will be better. Thank you so much.